internal social networks. Now, I mean something like Facebook at work. That's what it was called. That it's gone through. I think it's now called Workplace, or Yammer, or insert name here. Most big companies have some kind of internal social network. Sometimes it's a crappy intranet. That's all you've got. Other times they've invested heavily in something like a Facebook at work, a Workplace similar tool. But what you're looking for here is some kind of ability to interact with other employees via, like, should we start again? Yeah. Now, internal social networks are really, really useful for connecting with other people that you wouldn't otherwise have got connections to. Let's give you an example. So you probably, well, it depends on the size of the company, you'll have something like Workplace by Meta, essentially Facebook, or Yammer, or etc. There's a whole lot of different ones. Sometimes it's just a crappy internet. Sometimes it's an internet, it's really badly designed, it doesn't do much. But other times you've got a really good thing that will come with an app, right? Sometimes you'll get the Workplace, you can download it on your phone, you can really interact. It can be enormously useful. Why? Well, sometimes your organization that you've joined is massive. They may have multiple offices in one country. There may be multiple divisions operating in different offices over blah, blah, blah. So sometimes it's quite difficult to be connected to individuals around the company. If you're lucky enough to be in one massive headquarters, then that's a lot easier. Or maybe there's a headquarters in London and one in Edinburgh, or one in Wales or something, or Manchester. But then you may have one in the States, you may have one in France, and so on and so on. And then they have different divisions and capabilities and functions. So there's often a whole load happening across the company. These networks are brilliant. These social networks are fantastic because it's a great way of you advancing your career and your understanding of what's going on. So pay close attention. Pay close attention to these things, get involved and start playing with them. Most companies have something like this. If they don't, so be it. But if they do, heavily invest time in it. Why? You'll often see senior executives using these internal social networks to engage with employees, to actively engage. So I used to use it all the time when I was running the digital transformation for various different banks, or the digital this or digital that. I wanted to make sure I was being seen by as many people as possible. So yes, we'd use the internet, but we can't always get time on the internet. So we'd use the social network, the internal social network, to broadcast and say, hey, there's a new beta of this thing. There's a new test of this app. Please, could you download it and try it out and let us know what you think? And we're saying to anybody, please, anybody in the company, doesn't matter who you are, anyone in the company, please try this. You'll see others saying, we're thinking about ideas for this thing, or we're not sure about this, or does anyone know anyone that's young? Does anyone know anyone that has older parents who'd like to try this? We're evaluating. There'll be so much conversation going on. You got to find it, right? So you got to follow people, get involved, get the algorithm on Workplace or equivalent helping you, so you can discover these things. Actively go and join the mobile app community, join the new innovations community, because you're allowed to, right? It's open and they encourage it, and other teams are often absolutely delighted that you've joined, and even more delighted that you're interacting with them and asking questions and being supportive. Why this stuff matters? Because it can develop and grow your career. So you may be sitting over here as the DA in this rotation, or you're static in this place and you're not having much fun, or it's not challenging that much. You've got a bit of time. You've got some air time. Great. Well, then there's this project happening over there. They need some help. Unofficially, they need someone to spend an hour a week helping with this thing. There's another project here. It may well be you're really into asset management, or you're really into compliance or risk, or whatever function happening in the company, well, you can go and join their community. You can talk to them. You can start to learn the key people. You can start to interact. You can look them up. You can see where they're located. If they're in your office, you can suggest, hey, I saw you're looking for ideas on that thing. I've got some ideas. I wonder if could I discuss them over coffee? I'll buy. Most people are going to be very, very receptive to it. Doesn't matter who you are, right? Okay, they will be receptive. It's also a great way of being seen by the senior exec and then using that to help grow and develop your career. So we've been talking about HR, we've been talking about the business managers, we've been talking about the senior executives and your peers and everybody else. We don't know who they know, right? Again, it all begins to get connected here when you've got the internal social network as well. That's how you can find out about the five-a-side club, the chess club, the wine drinking thing, the whatever, right? You can, sometimes it's a ski club, sometimes it's a basketball club, a netball club. Get involved, see what's out there, put one foot in front of the other, lean in and be enthusiastic and see where it takes you. You could try that. You know, there's a movie with Jim Carrey, it's called Yes Man. And for whatever the premise of the thing is, all of a sudden he has to say yes to everything. Try that, right? Within reason, right? You try just being open. So if someone asks a question and says, we're looking for someone to help us test this thing, it will require you to come in on a Saturday morning for two weekends. Maybe it's worthwhile doing. Maybe that's when you end up meeting the senior exec, the CEO, the what's it, and the so on. You might not have expected, but you're right. Or you create a really good camaraderie with other team members because you're there giving up your Saturday morning. They now remember you. They say good things about you. Might end up getting a bonus because of it. Blah, blah, blah. Right? Okay, so think about the internal social network, the internal capability, if you're lucky enough to have one.